Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another cast brought to you by Netrunners.co.uk. We have here for your viewing pleasure and delight the 2014 Regionals tournament held at Cardiff, the Firestorm Games. We have Rob on the right from Bristol and Seb on the left from Oxford. Seb playing Replicating Perfection and Rob playing Ian Sterling. This is certainly one of the more interesting games of the day. This is the first match of the top 8. Seb went in almost undefeated with a whopping 22 prestige from 6 rounds of Swiss on the left, and Rob snuck in 8th. So it's the top table, so to speak, and Rob's elected to go first. Elected to choose Corp. It looks like he's keeping his hand while Rob is mulliganing. This game, I should probably warn you, is a little bit fast and loose. There is little doubt in this match that both players were the showman of the tournament, shall we say. There'll be a few occasions here where perhaps the best play may not necessarily be the play that they make. It doesn't make the game any less entertaining and any less of a spectacle than it is. With that in mind, you may notice that the audio is a little bit louder on the background noise. There's pertinent reason for that, being foremost that the longer this game went on, the larger the crowd became that gathered around it. So hopefully we'll get some good audience participation and applause throughout the match. So we have a typical install taker credit there from Seb on the left, and it looks like Rob's going for dirty laundry to begin with. He's going to hostage second two clicks, sorry. I should probably also mention as well that the tables at Cardiff are utterly ginormous. It's a store that generally does a lot of wargaming and Warhammer and so forth, and so it's a little bit distant, which I apologise for. It's pretty much all I could do, but Rob going to go and find his professional contacts with his hostage. So a great opening card to have there. And like I say, this match is epic in every way and sense of the word. As I say, they both play very fast, very loose. There's definite time pressure that comes on towards the end of this match. But nevertheless, this game is the spectacle to behold. So, pass the turn over to Seb. He's going to draw first click. He's going to install. Setting up a remote server, and he's going to secure HQ, which is an always sensible play against Criminal. Even if the criminal you're playing off against is Ian Sterling, and you're not quite sure what necessarily to expect. Rob's going to draw up with professional contacts. Looks like he's got an emergency shutdown inside job in hand. Unfortunately, again, I can't quite see all their hands due to the size of the tables. And he's going to play a breach, I believe that is, or is that an alias? You have to forgive me while I'm still trying to decipher these new cards myself as well. He plays the so it's an alias, which is a sentry breaker. Again, forgive me while I get used to the new cards myself as well from Honour and Profit. So it's a sentry breaker that you can only use on centrals. Rob is going to use Jackson Howard and install into a remote server by the looks of it. And you'll pass the turn. First click is going to be professional contacts, so he's going to draw. Not quite sure what he's drawn up into there, I'm afraid, but nevertheless. Looks like it might be a daily cast there, he just saw. Yep, I'm pretty sure that is. And there it goes, so daily cast, third click. Getting his economy established. Maybe giving some thought here to hitting central, starting Dress Ice. Who knows? Just certainly hasn't gone aggressive early on, not looking to face check, which makes sense given that Jinteki Ice at the moment is incredibly unpredictable. So he plays a Source. So if that is a 3-2 into that remote server, he's now not in the position to be able to advance and score it. So the Source is again a great card in Ian Sterling. Keeps him behind while his plan comes off, and potentially earning money at the same time as well. Might have been worth waiting one more turn for. He kind of wants the opponent to go up in agenda points, to take an early 1 point or 2 point. And maybe he could have waited to the next turn there to play the Source. So, Medical Fundraiser there being played, so money for all. I'm not sure about that in a Replicating Perfection deck. Again, I cannot fault Seb's deck. He did incredibly well as the tournament progressed. but still, in a taxing deck, or it's not necessarily the econ card you want to play. And it's Komainu there, being rezzed on front of R&D. So he can break it with Alias. I'm not sure if he's got the money for it. Alias being a quite expensive way to get through a Sentry, particularly when it has multiple subroutines, as Komainu does here at this stage. So it's going to cost him it's not going to cost him to get up to strength. It's at 1. He's going to access, see nothing. Just cost him, well, I think 5 there to break all the subroutines. It's already at the right strength. And last click, he's going to play a Corroder. He's going to discard Special Order, having seen 2 key breakers already. So again, Alias, not a massive fan of it. I have to be honest, I probably prefer a Ninja in most circumstances. I think the key breaker that Big Criminal got in the new set was Passport, which is the code gate breaker. Maybe we'll see that a little bit later. So Seb got a Jackson Howard. And looking to draw up aggressively here. Not sure what's in the remote server, but it's taxing to get through at the very least, bearing in mind he's replicating perfection. Going to require a run on a central before he can hit a remote. He's going to Celebrity Gift for the next 2 clicks. Show a Sururgi, a Fetal AI, a Saiku, however you want to pronounce it, the minus agenda one, NAPD and a Chimera. So not a bad hand there to show a Celebrity Gift. Oh, such a phenomenally good operation there for Jinteki. And he's got to discard 1. It could very well be the Shaiku. Again, it triggers in Archives, could give him a -1 agenda point, or at the very least do some net damage to him. Almost certainly would be a -1 agenda point. He's going to hit HQ. He's not going to res the first piece, but he will res the second piece, which is an Enigma. So he'll lose his second click.
Just gave away 5 and I get 2 back. I'm sorry, I mean,
and now he's on his last click. I think he may have drawn up there with Professional Contact as well, but he's going to play. He's going to play Forced Activation Orders on the remote ice, which is an Eli, which I absolutely love on remotes in Replicating Perfection. Very, very strong. Having already used 1 click to hit a central, they have to use another click to hit engage against the remote, and then use all their turn effectively to get through, assuming they do it in that order. So very, very strong on a remote server. And again, he has got a taxing eye set up here, which is again another reason why I'm surprised to see him playing medical fundraisers. But nevertheless, he's still in a problem where he's not able to capitalise on scoring agendas here at this stage with the source out. He's going to have to at least advance.
Yeah, I lost the click on. No, I ran click 2.
Right, you went click 2. That's one for me. Mandatory draw.
So pass turn over to Seb. He's going to Jackson again. I'm not sure there is seeing a lot of agenda flood. He's got obviously a Fetal and NAPD in hand, which aren't agendas he could particularly score at this stage, especially with the source out. He's going to play another medical research fundraiser, which again isn't exactly the worst thing in the world there for Ian Sterling. He'll certainly take that money. And he's discarding a whole bunch. 3 free credits is not to be sneezed at, even if the Corp gains more. He's going to Professional Contacts twice.
That would be rather too much influence. I've only got 10.
He's just remarking that he doesn't really have room in his deck for a Deus Ex, given that Ian Sterling only has 10 influence, which is certainly a valid point. Though again, I do wonder how pertinent Deus Ex has become in this meta. Even if you're facing off against Jinteki at this stage, it's more a case of multiple 1 net damage subroutines you're likely to hit, with the exception of maybe hitting a snare or a Fetal. You know, I wonder how much value a Deus Ex now has. Doesn't help against Kamino particularly, doesn't really help against Sururgi. There's a few pieces of ice it just doesn't help against. So there is Passport anyway, which he'll play and install, having special ordered it and passed turn over. Another piece of another card going into that remote there, the Eli remote. And at this stage, you've got to expect one of those probably to be a Caprice at the very least, and probably one to be an Agenda, and there it is, so he's going to double advance. Looking to score despite the source being out. Daily Cast has now fulfilled its use. He's going to Professional Contact. So again, a great economy setup here by Ian at the moment. Or by Rob playing Ian, I would suggest.
Click 3.
He's going to play another Daily Casts. It's a great tournament. I have to say, it's conducted very efficiently, in a very organised fashion. Great space, ginormous warehouse, loads of tables. We had 38 turnout for the tournament, and it was, like I say, incredibly competitive. And there's Tsurugi on over archives, which you'll run into, and has to decide whether he's going to break.
1, 2, 3.
And he's in a money situation here. Obviously it's at 2 strength, so he has to pay to get Alias up to strength and pay to break the 4 subroutines. He's just going to break the net damage routines, and here Seb makes a mistake. He forgets that the end of the run one still triggers, and so he uses Jackson to get 3 cards back into R&D, but doesn't have to, because in fact Rob's run ended, and he doesn't get to access any cards in archives because he didn't break the top subroutine on Tsurugi, which ends the run, unless the corporation pays a credit, at which point the other subroutines then come into effect. So he broke the ones that didn't come into effect, but the end of the run still did. But anyway, again, this was after 6 rounds of Swiss, ladies and gentlemen, and it should come as no surprise to you that there's probably a little bit of Netrunner fatigue setting in here for many of the top 8 players. He's going to force activation orders to the top piece of ice there on HQ.
I don't think so, anyway.
And he's deciding whether he's going to res or not. He's given some thought to it. It's a Chimera, which I think is probably a misplay here. He reses it just for it to go away again. He's got a full breaker suite out. Any single one of the cards that Rob has out there will break Chimera for 1, and there's no good option. So I think that was a misplay. Should have just got rid of it and saved the 2 credits. It looks like he's installed another remote there. Could be another Jackson Howard, potentially. Rob going to professional contacts twice. Play a sure gamble. And with 1 click remaining. He's got an account siphon in hand there by the looks of it. But he's going to play an R&D interface. To which Seb replies, yes please, thank you very much. I'm not sure how many flatline elements are actually in this deck, to be honest, but hey, we've got to bluff it. Anyway, pass the turnover. He's going to ice up R&D. I should also probably point out that he has rezzed a mental health clinic, which gives him 1 credit when his turn begins, and also increases the runner hand size by 1. So, certainly spelling out at this stage that he's almost certainly not playing a flatline deck. Though again, he's got a lot of net damage here. He's not going to res, so he's going to run R&D. He's not going to res the outermost. Kamino coming at 6. He's going to access and see nothing. It looks like another. It looked like a restructure actually. I think it might have been. I'm not sure. Click 3 for the runner. I'm surprised to see him not running more aggressively here against HQ.
That's fine.
Given some thought here as to what to play.
Click 3, I will run on HQ.
He's going to run HQ, which I think again is the right play here, unquestionably. He's not going to res the outermost piece of ice. He's going to break the Enigma for 2. He's going to access, see nothing.
This is what happens when you don't read the cards.
Having a quick look at Passport to see what it does, and it's a very efficient breaker. I have to say, it is hands down the all-star breaker. He's going to emergency shut down the Kamanu, but it is the all-star breaker of Honour and Profit, I think. Big fan of it, does very well, and it stops. It does stop Criminal having to splash for a Code Gate breaker. He's going to triple advance a Nisei, which obviously he has to because the source was out, but get his Nisei token, and the source gets trashed because the agenda's been scored. Obviously Ian Sterling's ability now comes into effect, and he gets 2 credits.
Don't worry, I'll do all the commentary. It's all good.
Plus his daily cast money.
You know what they're doing. That's right. When you realise you're doing it yourself, that's the problem. Like, watching it back.
It's a little bit disconcerting to hear myself talking to the players while trying to commentate the match at the same time, but you know, we'll blow past that. He's going to run R&D, C2 cards, and there's a Future Perfect on the bottom.
You need to reveal.
It's a future perfect. So the future perfect happens. It's time to mind games.
So here comes the Psy battle, and we'll see who steals who. So no steal, 1 credit for the Corp.
Click 3, I'll go again.
He's going to go again, click 3. And this is the problem with the mind game, is that eventually you're going to get that 3-pointer. And here they go. Oh, 0 each time, so the runner steals a 3-pointer. So it's 3 points to 2, which means Ian Sterling's effect is now shut down, so to speak. He will play a Logos.
Only one rule for daily cast.
No, I meant from your.
Oh yeah, not my ability.
So he's now kind of hoping at this stage he's going to get a lot of value out of the corporation scoring agendas. He's going to get a free card. He's also going to get. Oh, they made a bit of a mistake there. They accidentally left that card face down, and they're just discussing how to deal with it. It's fine. They all come to an amicable agreement. But yeah, he forgot to put that card back on top of R&D for his mandatory draw.
Might as well. After accessing 2 cards, the top one accidentally didn't go back on top.
So just clarifying that with the TO at the moment. But an interesting ball position here at this stage, 3 points to 2. Criminal set up very nicely with a central breaker suite, and that's kind of what you want to see against replicating perfection, to be honest. He still can click through the Eli to access that remote if required. He knows there's not an agenda in that at the moment. Will there be one in a minute? With a Nisei token, suddenly the game becomes quite interesting. Celebrity gift, first 2 clicks. So a Row Valley there going down, which is interesting. The Shoiku's still in HQ. He's got a discard as well. But yeah, it's sort of interesting. He's got a Row Valley in there, which obviously soaks up the clicks, potentially even further in a remote server. So an interesting splash. And it's got quite a high trash cost, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, and it has a 4 trash costs, 6 res costs. So an expensive card to splash for replicating perfection, but nevertheless very strong in a remote server. It means it's suddenly impossible for people to get into. Or at the very least they have to use their opening click, and they certainly will have to break that Eli there on the remote. Double hedge fund. So all the money there for Jinteki. But he is losing a little bit of time. At the very least, Ian Sterling isn't picking up 2 credits every time at this stage. But a full guy goes down from last term, which I failed to report. It would have been obviously fantastic with a copy of the source as well. He's going to dirty laundries into archives.
1, 2 to raise. 1, 2, 3, 4 to break.
He's going to break it for 3, 6, 7, I think. He's going to access the Chimera, which he discarded. Get nothing. And he'll take some points. Take some money, sorry. And he's going to play his final daily casts.
I see what you did there.
I've been doing it all game. I'm surprised you haven't noticed.
He's obviously got a bigger hand size with Logos, as well as with the asset there that the corporation has, which the main surpasses me at the moment. He's going to play another hedge fund, so that is all 3 hedge funds now. Sorry, Mental Health Clinic is the name I was looking for. Again, so many cards to keep in my head at this point, particularly when you're playing 2 new IDs. Playing a new ID and obviously the Jinteki, which has a lot of new cards. He's got a Sure Gamble, which he plays. He's going to install another full guy, so not going to be trashing that professional contact, but I'm sure he wishes he had the source out still at this stage. So he's going to res another mental health clinic, meaning he gets an extra 2 credits per turn now, so a lovely drip economy. And again, mental health clinic is a fantastic card in replicating perfection, it has to be said. It's oh, excuse me. It gives us 3 trash costs for an extra credit each turn, no res cost whatsoever, so it's a better pad campaign effectively, so long as you don't mind the runner having a ginormous hand. He's also going to res a Sunju and get some money for Sunju. He's going to run HQ. Seb now remarked at this stage, oh yeah, that's still a Chimera. Whoops, I completely forgot about that. So he pays 2, and he'll break for 1. So he didn't realise that again, obviously a bit of a misplay there. But with 2 new breakers out, it's a case of recognising all the cards. He'll break Enigma for 2, and the run. So it was an account siphon run, sorry, I should have mentioned. So he's leaving him poor, and making him break it through, and then ending his run with the Nisei token. He's got a professional contacts twice. And like I said, this is one of those games, they play fast, they play loose, it's very difficult to commentate on, so apologies to both players if I make any mistakes in the process of this. He's going to pass turn over. Oh, sorry, he trashed the Sunju there, just to mention. Chimera de-reses, he's going to trash it unsurprisingly and install another one in front. Which makes good sense. He's going to also install over the remote.
What's happening this game?
Click 1, account siphon.
So click 1 account siphon again. He's going to hit another Kamainu.
Bloody expensive.
And it's incredibly expensive to get through, especially with the combination that the runner at the corporation has here, wherein he's given him a huge hand size, and so it's got something stupid here like 7 or 8 subroutines on it, which is a heck of a tax to get through an account siphon. So he's having to go through and break. I'd be tempted to take some net damage to the face there, I'm not going to lie. Just that is incredibly taxing.
Click 5, I'm emergency shutdowning that command.
He's going to emergency shut down the Camino, obviously after having cleared tags. So he account siphoned, cleared tags, and then emergency shut down. But it didn't really dent the economy there of the corporation player by any stretch of the imagination. But it gave it a little bit more for Rob there. Probably just about made a profit, but not a great deal, especially after clearing tags. So he's going to ice up R&D even further.
Draw, install for 2.
He's thinking about drawing here for second click, I think. Oh, so again, I'm not sure if that's the best play. Again, he's giving extra money there for the runner when his Swede is fully assembled. I'm just not sure if that's a natural fit in replicating perfection. I'm really not entirely sure, but nevertheless, it's better than a sure gamble, so you can't argue with the economy of it. But in a flatline deck, obviously, it's absolutely superb.
Click 2.
So he's drawn up with pressure contacts. He's going to click 2, run R&D. He's having a think about what he's going to res. Obviously, he knows there's a Camino on there at the bottom, but other than that, so a Tsurugi on top, which again is expensive to get through with an alias, really expensive. Oh, a double Tsurugi on R&D there, so that is a taxing server, and he knows there's a Camino on the bottom. Excuse me. So I think he just broke the net damage and let the run end, and he's jacked out. That's a dangerous server. He certainly cannot afford to hit that repeatedly. It looks like there's an upgrade in the server as well, which could easily be a Caprice Nice.
I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of my turn.
And, you know, it's a very taxing setup here. All the centrals iced, double iced, triple iced, and he's got a strong remote with drip economy coming into play. Lots of money. You know, he's still got 7 credits there despite having rezzed 2 Tsurugis for 12, which is outstanding. It's been a long time since we've seen a Neurokatana in Jinteki, at least in this tournament. I don't think I saw a single Neurokatana. Tsurugi pretty much having replaced it outright, and Camino adding extra support to that as well. 2 very strong pieces of ice, and obviously Tsurugi having the added advantage of being a end the run. So he's going to Dirty Laundry. I'm not sure what he hit there. I think he might have hit a remote server with his Dirty Laundry, not trashing. He's going to install game 2. Again, presumably an agenda at this stage. He's still 3-2 down, effectively, Corporation. Looking now to start scoring agendas. He's certainly not looking for a flatline here. So he needs to get cracking. It's a 35-minute round. He's going to inside job HQ, skip past the Camino. He's not going to res, so he will skip past the Enigma as well. And he will access. Sees a piece of ice, not quite sure what. Might have been another Camino actually. So at the end of his turn, he is going to res Caprice and he's going to res Ruhr Valley. Didn't have to res the Caprice there, I don't think, but he has resed Ruhr Valley, which obviously means that it requires another click to run that remote server now. So he cannot click through the Eli. So he's very quick to announce that, as quick as you feasibly can be in a tournament situation anyway, but it has cost 8 now to res those 2 upgrades, and again I'm surprised he resed the Caprice. He didn't need to yet. He could have waited until he engaged on the server. Again, especially because there's a piece of ice resed already anyway. Going to professional contacts, click 2, so he's now not really in a position to even get through that remote. Another professional contacts. He's drawing through his deck aggressively. Seeing another logos, it looks like there, so not a lot of good for him. And he is struggling here. He's got a short gamble, so he's getting plenty of money, but it's those Tsurugis that are killing him on the central remotes there. Alias not doing what he needs it to. which was efficiently breaking central pieces of ice, but having to buff its strength by paying 2 or 3 or whatever it is, not cheap. He's going to install double advance in the remote. Could be another Sundew. No, he's not resing it, so probably another, what do we call it, mental health clinic. Click 1 is going to account siphon. Will he res the Kamainu? He doesn't have the money for it, so he's going to hit irrespective. And this is the kind of point where you wish you had assets to res, but never mind. He's going to break the Enigma, drain him with 3, and take 6.
And 3, I will. Hang on a second. Remind me what Royal Valley's trash.
Third click is going to run the remote. So he's going to have a third and fourth click effectively.
So you have the Eli?
Yes, I'm spending 4 to break Eli with correct.
He's going to break Eli for 4. There's no...
I spend 1 because that's...
He's got no credits, so he spends 1 to break the Caprice. He sees a Future Perfect, which is installed, therefore he gets to steal it, taking him to 6 points. And he will trash both upgrades within the server, completely cleaning him out. So a great play there. I mean, I think it was the right decision to try and score that 3-point agenda, but at the same time now it's 6 points to 2. And there's some real issues for the corporation. That remote is very vulnerable now that the Royal Valley is trashed as well. And even though it cost him 4 to trash, he's still sitting on 7 credits, which is not inconsiderable. He's going to install, take a credit. Having raised another mental health clinic there, so 3 drip economy now coming in per turn. So he's going to be able to get back on his feet after account siphons quite efficiently and effectively. He's going to run on run HQ, first click. 2 to break Enigma, because he still can't afford to res the Kamainu, which we know is there on the outermost piece of ice. He's going to access, he's just looking for the last agenda. I think there's another Royal Valley there, which he does have the money to trash, but it would take all his money up. I think I would have been tempted to trash it there, but he's going to... He's going to inside job the remote. And he's going to click through the Eli. And he's going to trash both of his 4 guys for money. So he's got some cash, because I think he's expecting it to be an NAPD contract. So a very good play there. So another Royal Valley, which he's going to leave it there. He's not going to trash it, which is surprising. And sees another Caprice, but he will definitely trash the Caprice, unsurprisingly. So another super remote there that he managed to get into at the right time and stop him from securing it. I think he was kind of hoping or expecting there was an NAPD contract in there, potentially, that he wasn't confident holding in hand. And I think it was the right call to run the remote. He's going to have a quick look and see the face-up cards in archives. And the court will draw. It's going to install another piece of ice over the remote. Not sure what it is. It'd be interesting to see what it is. Could be another Kamainu. And he's going to draw a 3rd time. And I think he's going to have to be in the position now of discarding. Click 1, he's got a professional contact for the runner. He's going to have a quick look at his archives in the meantime. His heap, or whatever it is. Going to draw again with professional contacts. And his stack is getting low. There is little question about it now. He's got 9 cards in hand because of low ghosts and because of the 3 mental health clinics. So his comment was he's now safe from double scorched, which I don't think is a huge concern for him. But still reassuring, nevertheless. And he's going to play another 4 guy. So again, a good way of just banking credits, really, in one respect. He's going to close the counts, which is perfect timing. He's left the tags on from a previous account siphons. And he will close the counts, take all his cash. And he's going to install advance, so a really good combination. You expect that to be another Nisei or an NAPD contract. Data dealer goes down, first click. Second click, he's going to sacrifice the Future Perfect. He's going to take 3 points out of the game, which is unbelievable. He's hoping here to go in and take that Nisei, undoubtedly, and deny him the points. But sacrificing a 3-pointers, he's going to inside job the remote, but can't, because he hasn't run on a central remote, a central server. So he's got 2 clicks left here. He still can go in
was 6-2, it's now 3-2. Click 3,
This is
I
man I
will...
like.
But sacrificing a 3-point agenda. That's balls to the wall, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll excuse the colloquialism there.
Click 3, I will run... Is that an upgrade in archives or a face down?
These are 2 face down cards.
I will click 3, I will
He's going to run archives, click 3. He needs this to pay off now. He needs to take that agenda out. I think the logic here, and it makes sense, is he's sacrificing 1 agenda point to take whatever it may be in that remote server, which he's presuming is a 2-pointer, which I think is a safe presumption. And so it would be 1 agenda point he sacrifices to deny the run of those 2 points. But this is a bold move, and I think he's misplayed somewhat because he... And before he announces his 4th click, he is deciding what he's going to do, because he knows there's a Row Valley in there. He's going to res the Row Valley before the inside job is played effectively. He was very quick fire there, but it now means that he cannot get into that remote server. He needs an extra click, which he cannot do, so he passes the turnover. Unsurprisingly, he's going to score the Nisei and take a Nisei counter as well. So, I mean, there we go. It's a gamble, but it didn't pay off. He's now sacrificed the 3-point agenda. He does get his 2 credits for Ian Sterling at the very least. But it's now 4 points to 3 with a data dealer 3-pointer. Oh, and there was some gasps in the crowd. But it gets better, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, another R&D in face going down. Click 2, run R&D, and he's... I don't know how he's going to break through here. He's only got 6 credits or so. So he's going to break the end of the run. And he hits him for 3 net damage. And again, you can see he's low on cards, so this is a bit of the gamble. He's going to hit through to the second one. And he's going to sacrifice another 3 cards, but break the end of the run. He knows there's a Kamainu there, which isn't going to do anything because he has no cards in hand. And he's going to end the run with his Nisei counter. So he sacrificed his whole hand, all his money, and Nisei just killed him stone dead. So he was going to access 3 cards there. It was a good play, but the Nisei token absolutely wrecked him.
Click 3, I will trash this for 2.
He's going to trash that for 2.
3, I will run on HQ.
Click 3, he's going to run HQ. So he is running without any cards in hand here. He knows he can't rest the Kamainu, but he will break the Enigma and access a card. And if he sees a Fetal here, it's game over. There's nothing. It's a Row Valley, which he doesn't have the money to trash. So again, he's playing balls to the wall here. He's going to draw with professional contacts, take credit. So back over to the Corp. He's got a real opportunity here, a scoring opportunity, a scoring window. But they're both hitting time pressure here, a lot of time pressure. It's already on a 30-minute match. I think the rounds were 35 minutes, so you can expect to see some fast and loose play here continuing. Obviously, data dealering a 3-pointer is already fairly fast and loose. It was a good idea, I think, and I maintain that. He's going to install Reza Sunji, take some credits. So a lot of drip economy here, and again, not really in a position to take it, even though he's getting his drip money from Ian Sterling's ability.
Don't forget you get 2 for Sterling.
Yes, I get 2 for Sterling, thank you.
Christ on the bike, he does. Ian Sterling's OP.
Click 1, run on HQ.
He's going to run HQ, first click.
Are you resing Kamainu?
Is he going to res Kamainu? That is the question.
No, I'm not going to risk it.
He's not going to res it.
2 credits and access.
So he'll break for 2 and access. And try not to deny him any agendas in hand, because as soon as they touch that remote, you would expect him to be able to score it. Caesar Shiku.
I will spend how many cards in your hand?
And again, another misplay here from the Corp. He obviously shouldn't bother spending it. He'll take it as a minus point, and unsurprisingly, click 2, he'll data dealer the Shiku. At which point, gets a welcome round of applause, as well he should, for getting rid of a minus 1 point to data dealer. The ideal combo, you might say. So he gets 9 credits for that, and again, a misplay there on the Corp side. He shouldn't have bothered putting any money into it, and therefore he couldn't take it as a minus 1 point and get it for 9 credits, which is insanely good value. He's going to run R&D with those newfound credits, and he's going to break the Surugis. And I think he again misplayed here and hasn't done his maths right. And again, I should probably point out at this stage that time pressure is really kicking in. He didn't do his maths right. He didn't have enough money. He's going to suck up the decision and still pay the credits. And the drip economy comes back in there for Seb. He's having a look at the remote to see if he can risk scoring out here. He is going to install advance, so it's an agenda. We know that much. Take a credit. Gets 2 for a Sundew and passes it over. He gets another 2 for Ian Sterling as well. So a critical point in the game, and as I say, time pressure now very much the issue. And he's now questioning how brave he is as he sacrifices the second 3-point agenda. He takes another one out. So click 1 was sacrifice of another future perfect. Click 2, run R&D. And you can hear the crowd assembled, utterly amazed at this match. So he's going to break the 2 Tsurugis. Is he going to res Kamainu?
I don't res Kamainu, but I will res Caprice.
He's going to res Caprice in the upgrade. So we do a side battle. He's got 3 credits. They both got the maximum amount able to bid, and he needs to get in here. There's no denying it. So here comes the side battle.
You can't cut this short. Come on. This game needs an end.
So there we go. 2 creds beat 0, and he bounces off. And all that money's gone now, and unfortunately it was an all or nothing gamble, and he knew it. I think he was just hoping that they've just hit time on the round at this stage, so they each have one complete turn now to complete and finish. But having sacrificed 6 points worth of agendas, you kind of have to expect the corporation here to be taking this match now. And there we go. He's going to advance an NEPD, taking him to 6 points.
No, I've got one more complete turn.
He's got one more complete turn. He takes 2 from his ability from Ian Sterling. But at 6 points, he now has to steal, well, 3 agendas effectively. And it's unlikely. It's unlikely. But, you know, I still cannot help but admire the plays that were made in this match. It was an epic game. And he's given some consideration here as to whether he can run through an R&D, take the net damage to the face, and access some cards. It's gonna have. He's gonna click 1 R&D. He's not gonna break.
So I'll end the run. Oh no, wait, I can pay.
You've got to pay to end the run.
No, he doesn't. No, he pays to not net damage.
Oh, he pays to not.
So they're just giving. So again, it got to the point in this match where you could tell again a bit of Netrunner fatigue here. Always forgetting how the first subroutine on Tsurugi works. So he is just giving some thought as to what he's going to do here.
It really, really is.
Thank you so much for bringing in so. This has made my day. It's made my day.
Click 2, run on HQ.
So click 2, run HQ. So again, he didn't get through an R&D there. He knew he didn't have the money to be able to do so. Again, it's the alias. He had to bump the strength for it, and that's the real issue.
2 credits. I'm in.
So he's going to access an HQ, and you know, he's going to have to see something. He doesn't.
Assuming you're not raising Kamainu again.
He's going to go again through HQ, and this is last chance saloon here. He's going to res Kamainu. Hands gone. Breaks through the Enigma and accesses.
Not with a whimper, but with a bang.
Season Nisei, so scores 2 points at the very least. And run on HQ. Would have been nice if he data dealed it, but you know, we can't have everything audience.
Hang on. It's not personal evolution, it's replicated.
No, you're running HQ.
Sorry, I think I here make a mistake, thinking that the Kamainu holds its subroutines as the turn. So it doesn't, and he has no cards in hand, so he accesses, doesn't see anything. It's the end of the match, and what a match, ladies and gentlemen. So it ends up 6 points to 2, but that doesn't tell the story, shall we say. So a great play there and a great match from Seb and Rob. Seb goes into the winner's bracket, Rob drops into the loser's bracket, and they move on to the next match. We'll hope to bring you the rest of the top 8 throughout the week. May take a little while, but I also hope to bring you some Swiss games after the top 8 is completed. Do tune in for the rest and subscribe. There's some great games to come. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen.